Back, man. Back. Shout out to my knowledgeable people out there. Shout out to everybody that's supporting what I'm doing. Appreciate the cash apps, the donations, man. We work hard for what we do, man. So yeah, for those that come in here, hit that like button, hit that like button for me, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please subscribe, hit that notification button so you'll know when I'm up here, man. And to donate, go to put $ the real big Boosie. Boosie spelled Bootsie, man. Appreciate y'all once again. And I salute to y'all. Salute to my knowledgeable people. Now it's getting crazy, man. These are the things that I've been talking about for the longest. Whoever been following me for the longest know this is what I say, man. You always have the right to remain silent, man. Never ever talk to the police. No matter what you're trying to do to get out of it, they are not your friends. Whatever you say to them, they jotting it down. It doesn't even matter if it makes sense or not. If it's in the field or the area what they are asking you questions of, they will jot it down, and or they'll even write it up in a form that you did actually say something towards what they was trying to ask you and make it make sense, to make you paint the picture for you at trial or before trial, or to make it sound good to the point where you might say, damn, man, he wrote it up like that, man. Damn, man, the jury might believe him, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cop out, man. Happened to me before. Man. The Dirty 30, they jumped out on me one time, locked me up. And then when they locked me up, they said that I robbed somebody. And I'm like, I get money. How the hell do you mean I robbed somebody? They said I jumped on the person and robbed them and all that. Never put me in a lineup. Never did nothing. None of the above. But took me downtown, charged me so they can make their quota. They was doing them quota moves back then that people didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? Ro Williams, what up? Okay, I got you. But yeah, man. So they take me downtown, they lock me up and charge me, but they was telling me that I was fighting somebody and or jumped on somebody. And I'm like, I ain't jump on nobody. What are y'all talking about? I jumped on somebody. They said, well, yeah, well, they saying it, that they robbed you, so that's why we jumped out and picked you up. First of all, when they jump out on you, they supposed to put you in a lineup. I was kind of young back then. I wasn't even knowing the procedures or whatever, and they still wouldn't have cared. They was the Dirty 30 at this time. So they did everything wrong. So they locked me up. And I'm like, yo, I said the only person I had a fight with was my homeboy. We had a fight, but we back cool again. I had a fight with one of my mans, and little homeboy brotherly love. We had a fight in the block, and it was over. So I'm like, I ain't involving nobody else. Long story short, when we get down to the court, when I go in front of the judge, the DA read off to the judge the charges, and then the DA gonna say, well, Your Honor, he did admit to having a fight with somebody, and this person that that pressed the charges is saying that they got beat up and jumped on, and this guy is admitting that he did have a fight with somebody. So we thinking that we want a bail set at so and so. So they wrote down that I said I had a fight. They saying that somebody that got robbed said they had got jumped on and beat up. They try to make it sound good. But my point is, never talk to the police because they write up stuff. And even though it was so fake and phony that they wrote up, the prosecution still running with it. Didn't ask them, well, did he get put in a lineup? Did none of that. So I get out, I got to keep going back and forth to court back, and then they asking me to cop out. I'm like, I'm not copping out to nothing. We going straight all the way with it. I've always been a let's go to trial dude anyway, from the gate. I got to go there 6 months in New York. 6 months. If they don't come up with nothing and ready to move forward, it's automatic dismissed. And it got dismissed. But my point is, never go in there talking to the police, man. Never go in there talking to the police. So this is the thing what's going on right now with a lot of these cats that talk that tough talk, call other people rats. Now they calling, calling them, you a rat, he a rat. Louis Felipe said, where's the dog? He upstairs chilling. So a lot of these cats be acting tough, say they'll never snitch, this and that. Now a lot of them making diss records against each other, calling them, on the internet, calling each other rats and all kind of stuff. But this is what they fail to realize, right? See, back then when all this was going on, this internet stuff wasn't popping the way it's popping now. All these different podcasts coming around now. And a lot of these reaction podcasts learned the game. They learned the game of how to get police records. See, a lot of them do police reactions, and what they know is how to go and get request records. It's called FOI. Freedom of Information Act. They call it forward requests. It's a forward request. Anybody could forward request information now. You just got to fill out the form and say the right stuff. You can forward request interrogation room, video and audio. You can forward request dash cam. You can forward request any videos that's pertaining to something that's pertaining to the crime. You can forward request it. It's Freedom of Information Act. And a lot of people learning this game. And so now what they doing, we got a lot of trolls up here. So a lot of people is learning the game of going and getting these information that is free and is public. So now what's happening, man, is they going and they finding out the names of the rappers, and that's what the 1090 Jake dude been doing for the longest. They finding these rappers and they going up there and they going and requesting information on their old stuff, man. They going and requesting information on people's background, or if they, wherever they was in, being filmed at, wherever they was locked up at, and requesting and getting this information. And this is how a lot of this stuff is surfacing. Now, I don't know now if the police is putting stuff out, because I know the feds is happy that they got all of them guys in Atlanta going against each other, all the big dogs. Young Thug, the Gunner. Well, Gunner ain't been saying nothing, but you got Young Thug, now you got him and Rollo going against each other. Talk, man, it's like a whole big mess, man, down there, man. It's a whole big mess. So nobody knew that this internet world was going to turn into what it's turning into. So everybody that was being locked up back in the days and all that, thinking that they could talk and say something slick to the police and get up out of the situations and actually is really telling something. Because I seen Rollo's paperwork what Seti Nash put up, and it make a lot of sense. The only thing he did was lie to the police. So I don't see what's wrong with lying to a cop and make them and trick them the way they try to trick people. If you tricking them, it is what it is. Can't nobody go to jail, and that's basically what his paperwork stated. The information that he gave was it was basically like a dead end, is what the words were saying. So, So a lot of people did not know that this day and time would catch up where people would learn how to go and get public information of what they did back in the days in the dark. And this is really what's called what's in the dark will come to the light, man. Everybody was going down there getting them little cases and coming back out, with their chest poked out. Yeah, it wasn't nothing, man. They took me down there with that bull crap. I ain't want to talk to them, man. I did this and I did that and I got up out of there. But now, that ain't the case. A lot of this stuff is showing what they was doing when they was down there with them police, man. Talking and talking and talking and being comfortable and laughing and joking. I can't believe what I've been hearing out here, y'all. Laughing and joking. I ain't never in my life laughed and joked with no police, man. Ever. Never. It's nothing to even talk about, man. Get me my lawyer, man. For real, I was facing 60 years. Jessup, Maryland. Well, excuse me, Salisbury, Maryland. And they had me in that interrogation room and showing me this is what they facing. They said, but the minimum what they been getting was 20 years. I'm like, I mean, what that got to do with me, man? For real. Ain't nothing for me and you to talk about. They got mad at me. Because I always know, anytime a police have a case or lock you up for something, they always have done something wrong in that case. Y'all always got to remember that. They always done something wrong in that case. And if you got to sit, you got to have it in your mind. You're going to have to sit, man. If you knew you was out there doing wrong in them streets, man, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. Due to the fact you know what you got to do because you know you out there hustling. If you know you was a stick-up dude, you get caught. You know you a stick-up dude. If you ain't got bail money, you got to sit. But nah, a lot of them don't want to sit. And then a lot of them thinking talking to the police, they really believe. See, police is trained to manipulate and act like they're your friend, and that makes you calm. The more they act like they're your friend and the more calm you act, the more trickery they put on you, the more, matter of fact, excuse me, the more calm you act, the more calm that you act, the more you start getting loose and start talking, and you think they laughing with you, they laughing at you, but still, as long as you opening your mouth and speaking that talk, what they want to hear. And then you probably so comfortable to the point where you still running your mouth and then you spilling all the real beans. But a lot of people did not understand that this day and time, podcasting was going to be big, where people learned how to forward request information that you could get for free on a person in them interrogation rooms, in them videos. They never thought that it would ever surface, ever. They was going to go to their grave with it. Now look, it's all coming out. And it be main people that be calling other people rats. And I'm not talking about thugs. I'm talking about people out here, period. Out here acting like they held it down in there because nobody wasn't in that room with them. Sometimes police used to come out in the hood and be like, yeah, your man told everything, man. So when you gonna come and come talk to us? Because, yeah, your man told everything. Police used to do it like that. This before the forward request sheets was out in play. That's how people knew who told too. The police do that to make them get mad at each other, start beefing, and they liable to unalive one another, and now they got them for another charge. You know what I'm saying? But nobody thought that this day would come where what they did in that dark room and their talking and talking would come to the light. So now look what's going on, man. Thug came home and was going at Gunner, saying that Gunner basically ratted. He felt Gunner sold him out or sold them out. And my thing is, if it was me and my homeboy, I'd have told him, yeah, go ahead and take that plea. If they ask you if we're a gang, say this. Just say yeah. You know why? Because just because he says it's a gang, he don't own the company. I own the company. And it's not no gang. So y'all let him go just by saying him just admitting, just agreeing to what y'all said is YSL gang, yes. I don't care what he told y'all. It's the same thing when I was in that interrogation room in Salisbury, Maryland. They told me, one of my co-defendants, they gonna tell me that he said that the drugs was mine, and I said, I don't care what he told you. He's saying anything to save his life right now. And this is real facts. My co-defendant's still with me to this day. Because they ran the same thing on him, said I told on him, and they tried to run that game, but we already knew about that. We learned that from the OGs growing up. They're always going to separate you and say that each other is saying stuff about each other. They always do that. So we already knew the game. We get back to the cell, like, yo, man, he asked me, yo, man, you told him something that I this and that. I'm like, nigga, why would I do that, dummy? The stuff was mine anyway, so I'm gonna say it's yours. But some people do that, put the stuff on somebody else. So, but we start laughing, like, oh, they tried it. He's like, nah, I had to ask, man, I do, but don't ask me that. But anyway, the police always mess up. So once you start talking to them, it's called incriminating yourself. Now you incriminating yourself, and now they have grounds to be able to hold you now and charge you with something, because now you actually basically admitting to knowing what they trying to charge you with. So now they can charge you, hold you in there, even if it ain't really nothing long. They'll charge you and hold you, and now they want you to start feeling pressure that they are able to charge you now. Now you're like, oh, shit, what did I done say? Damn, wow. Paris says, so thug interrogation joint looking bad. Yes, it is. Ken being said facts. That's the first thing the OGs told us. That's a fact. That's the first thing they definitely told us. They learned the hard way. And yeah, they saying the thug interrogation joint is bad, man. Is he in there saying, yeah, yo, y'all saying that they saying this is what he was telling the police. Yeah, they saying that Roscoe shot up the bus. He's sitting there talking to the police for 2 hours. They said Roscoe shot up the bus, but I don't really want to say all of that because I don't want to mess your case up or whatever. So now, like Zip with the Drip was saying, if Roscoe was already locked up, then that couldn't be that he's ratting. They already know what everybody else know. That's why they came and locked him up. But if he wasn't locked up and Thug fed them that information, now they know who shot the bus up. Now they know who to go look for. And Roscoe actually did 10 years behind it. But he's saying and defending, saying that Thug didn't tell on him. Now the interrogation audio is out, and it's saying clear as day what he was saying. He said something about Birdman Baby, got an army, and it's a bunch of stuff, man, that they said, man, y'all go over there to Zip with the Drip, and y'all check his joint. He's playing the whole thing. I was going to play it, but I knew a lot of people done heard it. But you got YSL Mondo defending Rollo, basically saying Rollo paperwork stating that he told lies, and it's a fact. That's on his paperwork. And Seti Nash co-signed that as well. But he's saying, Young Thug, you actually said a person's name and said that he shot the bus up, and you was in there for 2 hours talking. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all hear YSL Mondo. Here's YSL Mondo going in on Young Thug, saying Young Thug should have just came home and just chilled. Why you was going in on Gunna about ratting, and he was like, now it turned around and it bites you in the butt. Now you got audio with you talking to the police for 2 hours and saying somebody's name, man. And then you was going in on when Rollo, when people put out the bone on Rollo saying that he was a rat, and Rollo had to get all his paperwork and show like, yeah, nah, y'all ain't gonna play my name like that. And now Rollo fights back and say something to Thug now since the audio come out. Seti Nash saying it's only right that Rollo say something back to you because y'all was going in on him and turned Lil Baby and all of them against him and made him look like a rat. Now let's see. They saying now let's see if Lil Baby still be cool with him. This a whole big mess going on down there. But yeah, y'all check out what YSL Mondo say. And this is courtesy of Trapmore Ross. I'll be watching this joint. Y'all can go to Trapmore Ross joint too. But check this out. This is fair use. YouTube, fair use. I want y'all to hear this. What he's saying to Thug. This YSL Mondo.
Just be a motherfucking a Rico. Nigga come home, still talking about, oh nigga rat, nigga da-da-da. Bro, that's God. That ain't never God biting you back in your ass, bro. Cause you supposed to be thankful that you just beat a life sentence and a Rico and came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead you still come out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now he came back and bought your bitch in the ass. But that ain't the key. The thing is too though, he brainwashed people. He still got motherfuckers on his bitch talking about, and y'all heard what y'all own either. You got motherfuckers talking about AI and did that and third. And, oh, he ain't rat on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about a nigga like Donald Radis from saying yes ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a nigga a rat by saying shit? They said Roscoe shot the bus up. And then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this shit, and you just got on the internet tomorrow. A nigga didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass so brainwashed, it's sickening. Y'all niggas need daddy figures, and y'all niggas be sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around. Maybe a nigga put me on. Maybe a nigga I can get something out of nigga or something did that in life. It's so gay and weird to me, but y'all be coming on y'all be on my ass about being a real nigga. Which I'm not studying the internet, but I'm just letting y'all know how brainwashed and weird the world and the internet is, y'all. Come on, my brother. Roscoe, you the worstest. Twin, you the worstest. Did no rap yourself. You did 10 years, Twin, behind this shit. Roscoe, you did 10 years behind it, brother. And you just come on the internet and say a nigga didn't tell on you when everybody just heard this man say your name a few times?
Dang.
You feel me? Hey, bro, my kids are hungry. My light's gonna get cut off. I'm gonna get put out. Can you help me? I bet y'all can't even call Buddy phone, but typing y'all today, a nigga wouldn't even give a damn. Y'all have to start a GoFundMe. I seen a lot of y'all niggas, I hate to say it like this, a lot of people have died who I thought had a little something going and had to go GoFundMe. That's not cool, y'all. That's embarrassing. Y'all be on these motherfuckers around rich niggas around these rap niggas shit like that. Something happen to you. You start GoFundMe. If people gotta go start GoFundMe. Like, bro, y'all niggas are so weird, bro. Y'all niggas, this shit's weird, bro. We need to start talking like, y'all niggas is really, like, gay, bro. That's gay to me, twin. Y'all niggas are sitting back waiting to be took care of like how bitch. You know how bitches be out here scouting for niggas who got money? Y'all niggas out here scouting for niggas who got money, so hoping and praying that they gonna take care of y'all. Like that's a bitch.
Crazy. Wow.
That's what hoes do, twin. Bitches do that. Thought bitches. Y'all niggas are new thoughts. Y'all niggas on this internet are new thoughts.
Wow.
Facts. Y'all niggas are new thoughts. And then you have nerve to come out. Rollo, this, that, and the third. Rollo take care of the community. Rollo building. What y'all niggas done did for the community? I ain't seen y'all niggas at no schools. Y'all niggas doing shit like that because you know community service and shit. Y'all got to do that. Niggas like me walking into a school because I want to do that. Niggas like my boy Takeoff. They do it. Look like I give a damn about being left all bad and bougie man. Come on, man. Clothes on. I'm in my wheels. I'm in my bankroll. This ain't none of this shit. Point blank period. So I can't be too mad. That's why my dad ain't round buddy. Oh, buddy, you mad? It ain't 30. I don't want to be round buddy. Thank God I ain't round buddy. Because guess what? I done caught up in a motherfucking Rico and smoke shit. Nigga probably lost their life with this and goofy shit around the motherfucker behind buddy. Man, come on, man. I don't give a damn. Don't get mad. Come on, the motherfucker, keeping it real. Come on, man.
Wow, yo. Yo, so yeah, that's YSL Mondo, man. Going in. It's definitely a cold world out here, people. It's rough, man. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough, man. These cats out here that thought that what they did in the past in the dark was never gonna come to the light. And now it done came to the light on a lot of people, and a lot of people was acting like they this thorough person. And meaning when they get locked up, they handle theirs. They don't talk to no police. But really they was in there talking and trying to finagle their way up out of it and all that. And saying little stuff and throwing other people's name in it and all that. And even when people hearing it now, even if you was just lying on the person whose name you used, the person ain't gonna feel you on that, man. Now they saying Birdman ain't rocking with Thug, and that was his boy, man. Like, dang, that's tough to hear your name being chatted to the police in the interrogation room, and that was some years ago. And then when you come home or get up out of that situation, you don't tell me about it. That you even, yeah, man, I had to use your name for a minute, and because listen how that sound, dude. Like, use my name. What you using my name for? What you talking about? That wouldn't even sound right. That's crazy. But now it's all to the light, man. And now homie ain't gonna want to be around you. That's crazy. Honda Brazil. Everybody say y'all look like Pharrell, man. Pharrell getting that big chicken, that big money. Hey, it is what it is. We got twins everywhere. Finesse Analyze said that's why I respect Unique. The feds asked him to tell on his dead brother, and he still had no combo. That's a fact. That's how we roll. Finesse said, Thug looking crazy. Yeah, boy, that's looking crazy. They try to say it's AI. They like, nah, that ain't no AI. Y'all come with something else. Y'all come with something else. So that AI stuff that ain't gonna work. That's crazy. So I always tell people, man, and I keep saying it and saying it. A lot of people be saying it and saying it, and people ignore it. You have the right to remain silent. It really means what it says. You have the right to remain silent, man. And nobody want to pay that no attention. They want to get in there and think that they so smart. Shall we? Peace. Thinking that they so smart that they gonna outslick them two people that's sitting right in front of them at that table, man. There's nothing you can do to outslick them because it is what the only thing that can outslick them is say, I want a lawyer. And they got to get right up and leave you alone. They going to probably say, well, I mean, I know you want a lawyer, but I want to just ask you this, and try to get you to go into stuff. And that's still trickery. Nah, man. No. There ain't nothing to talk about, brother. That's just that. Nobody don't want to listen to that. Everybody want to get in there, think that they go be smart and outslick the police with fake convo and all of the above. And they writing it down and they going to twist it around. By the time you get to the judge, the prosecutor going to have it and have a good little slick little plan what to say to the judge. And is they going to say this was his words out of his mouth. And that's a fact. And that's how that happens, man. And then everybody come back out of jail and don't even say what they were saying to them police in there in that interrogation room. They act like they just went in there, wasn't nothing. I ain't talked to them. I don't want to talk to them. And act like it's over. And everybody looking like, oh, all right, that's what's up. And they've been running and running for years, knowing in the back of their head they was in that room talking though. That's crazy. Finesse Analyze said, Diddy taught you how to handle them people. He didn't even get on the stand in his own trial, right, to defend himself. Let the lawyers do the talking with those people. Facts. That's a good one for people to pay attention to. Pay attention to what Puff did. You ain't heard about him snitching, talking to them, nothing. Interrogation rooms, nothing. Nothing. Let them talk. And that's how it goes, man. But y'all out here, man, thinking y'all slick. I hope y'all young cats are seeing this video. Stop thinking you slick. You are not slick. You're not slicker than the police. You're not slicker than your own self. And you damn sure ain't slicker than the cameras and audio that you are being recorded on. Because it's going to come to the light. And people can get those recordings now. That recording and audio that people can forward request, Freedom of Information Act, people can get that now. Yo, nothing tricking that now. We get to hear everything that you said and did, brother, sister. Nah, y'all don't want to sit in jail. You want to do crime, you want to get money, but as soon as they come get you, you don't have it in your mental. Man, if I got to sit, I got to sit. That's how we used to think growing up. If I got to sit, I got to sit. It is what it is. That snitch stuff was never, ever thought about. Ever. Those are reasons why like dudes like Pistol Pete, the Spanish one, created KAR, Kill All Rats and all that back then, because it was really happening like that. You say one wrong thing, man. You talking about people and they say and they find out you one of them people, man. You done. Ain't no hanging in the hood, ain't nothing. You done. Now, everybody could tell. Everybody cool with everybody to tell. Like, man, get out of here. Finesse said, that's a fact. I don't even know what Thug meant when he said, I'm not trying to block your investigation. Right, I ain't know what that meant neither, man. That's plantation talk for me. Yeah, like, that was like ass kissing, you know? Like, I mean, you know, I ain't trying to mess up your case, what y'all got going on. I mean, I'm just saying, like, them they not your homeboy, man. That's bugged out right there, man. I don't need to talk to y'all. Because when you talking like that, that means you just trying to act cool so they don't put no charges on you. The more you talk, the more charges they're going to give you. The less that you talk, the more easier it will be for you to walk up out of there. Before talking will help you. Trust what I'm telling you. They went to school for that mind manipulation tricks and all that. They're not going to let you go. But if you don't do no talking, you ain't saying the right stuff, they don't have the right to hold you. And if they do hold you, it's against the law. And they do think they got a little piece of something to hold you and or charge you with it. By the time it's time to go to trial and all, they gonna drop the case because the case ain't a legitimate one. And if they do go away with the case, you got a good lawyer that's gonna bring up all the right things that you never said and all the wrong things that they never did right. And that's how you're going to beat it. And if you do lose, you still get to go. If you go to trial, you go to appeal. You get that one piece where the police messed up at will overturn your sentence and you come home. Once you start talking, you have no rights to none of that stuff. You just messed yourself all the way up. Ro Williams said people ain't built for that type of heat. Nah, that's a fact, but they need to stay out that kitchen. Everybody want to get money because everybody want to drive the nice cars and mess with the pretty girls and get all the pretty jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as the police get them, they forgot about they was the one spending the money, driving the cars and sexing on the pretty women and getting, all the praise that there goes so-and-so, yo, what's up, man? All the ass kissing, they loving all that. As soon as they get in the jail, now they want to be the police friend. And then they want to come back out and be working. and or send another man to jail so they can get out of there. So they act like they built for the heat. They need to gut and slide up out of the game and go get a job. And to be honest with you, that's just what it need to be anyway, because the game is over. Because everybody is telling, man, that's the it thing to do, man. That's the it thing to do, man. So now they got Fat Joe in the ringer now. They got Fat Joe in the ringer, y'all. Hard work, y'all, hard work. But yeah, they got Fat Joe paperwork up with him admitting to murders, and people went to do hits, and people put hit on people and all that, allegedly. But I'm just saying what the paperwork was saying. Y'all go over to Harlem Legend. Harlem Legend, he showed some paperwork and some video footage of the guy that is a legend that Fat Joe told on him from prison, in prison with 2 life sentences or something. And that's crazy right there. That if that's true right now, and I guess he was, I think he was trying to say it's like a proffer, but that's not a proffer. A proffer is when you admit to the things that you've done and all that. But Joe, if he is in that paper, I can't remember exactly what it was and what it said, but I'm gonna do some more researching on it, and I'm gonna come back and do a episode on that. But I want to get all my facts straight before I speak it. But it was basically speaking about things that actually was done and hits from with other men that did it, and names that he was dropping. Even Pistol Pete name is in that paperwork, man. Yeah, Ro Williams said, play at your own risk out here. Yeah, and that's all that is. You playing at your own risk. But that ain't a game to be playing with your freedom, because you know you can't handle it. Like you just said, they can't stand that heat. So they don't need to play no games at their own risk. But if a person is getting into it, know that you are playing at your own risk. That's a fact. In real life. Got another dumb troll up here, man. See, ignorant people like that is what keep our people ignorant. Instead of paying attention to what's really going on, and we gotta, teach our people, man. Fall back. Or he might have been the police. Want me to not tell nobody what they supposed to be hearing, so they could keep locking up our black people, sending our people to jail. And what's bad is they ain't even doing no work no more. Our people doing all the work for them, and be out here up under amongst each other, and go back and report to them and get them all the information, and then actually get on the stand and take the stand on them and send them up out of here, man. This is crazy. Vito Stills. He said, I'm still stunned that Thug did a Big Bear, right? I remember when Bear flipped on Unique. It's the same feeling with Thug for me. We'll never listen to his music again, man. And that's what's crazy, man. He is going, the internet is going wild on Thug right now, man. See, and what's the dude, the Monte dude, whatever his name was just talking, was saying, you came home pushing narratives on Gunna about ratting, and now he said that ain't nothing but God spanking you right in the butt for doing that, knowing you had a interrogation thing on you. You thought it was never gonna come to the light. That's buck wild, brother. Like, this is some unbelievable news right here, man. I want to see how Thug get out of this one. I hope he do, man. I hope he's not I hope he didn't rat, man. I hope that this stuff is something ain't right with what we heard, or what's the meaning to it. Somebody break it down to me, but from what I'm hearing, that wasn't good. That was bad. That was bad. Ronnie Coleman, get off my page, man. For real. You a clown, dog. Finesse says he has to explain himself. He was pushing for Gunner to explain himself so he can be a hypocrite. Right. And he especially needs to explain what he meant by not trying to stop y'all investigation. Right. Well, he wanted to help with the investigation. That's confusing. Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I've been telling people, man, stop it, man. If you know you ain't built for it, I don't know, man. Rowan said Thug is basically his own worst enemy, meaning too much pride. Right. Well, that pride gonna cost him his career right now because he came home and telling everybody not to rock with Gunner no more because he feel he was a rat. Now, like I was saying earlier before y'all came through, I was saying if it was me and me and my team together, and one of them get a chance to go home, and they'll ask him a question and say, "Yo, is is when the lady asks Gunner, is YSL a gang?" And he said yes. I wouldn't have been mad because just because he said it's a gang, that ain't gonna make me look bad. And on top of that, the jurors wasn't even in there when he was saying all this stuff, so he couldn't sway the jury with that. But they probably would have used it later. You know what I'm saying? So, but I wouldn't care if my boy would have said that. It wouldn't have made me a difference because only thing I'm gonna tell them is, so what? He said it's a gang. He don't own YSL. I own YSL, and YSL is a record label. So if y'all let him trick y'all to say YSL is a gang for y'all to let him free, that's on y'all. That's all that Thug could have had his lawyer spend it on. That's a fact. That's all. That's all. He could have had his lawyer spend it like that, like, and didn't let his man go free. Oh, that's all you gotta say is YSL the gang. Well, we'll counteract that. Yeah, say that so they let you out. One less person a part of all of this stuff. So all of us don't be in here together. So I don't see why, Thug should have been mad at that part. But see, sometimes when you want to control people and you want things done your way, and sometimes, a lot of people were saying that Thug was mad that homie got to get a chance to go home, and he didn't get a chance to go home before him. But Thug was the ringleader. They want the ringleader, and they want everybody that as much as possible to be able to tell. Then they, homie ain't really had too much to tell on Thug. That's really why they utilized that kid to go ahead and break out, man, and get on up out of there. But they wanted to try to leave with a bang with him saying something that could help them later on. But just saying YSL's a gang, if I was a juror, I'd be like, shit. Just because he said it's a gang, that still ain't convincing me. Y'all got a lot more work to do, prosecutors. Y'all got a lot more work to do. Y'all got to convince me more. He said that so he can go home. That wasn't really nothing to me. That's my opinion. Y'all drop comments and let me know Y'all opinion on that one, man. For real. But we got to check and see what's up with this Fat Joe stuff. I'm about to get on that and get some information. But y'all, yeah, y'all go over there to um Harlem Legend. He got the full thing, man, saying Fat Joe is is did bad, man. If this is true, what Jada gonna do? What Jadakiss gonna do about this show, man? That's crazy. Finesse Analyze said Joe looking crazy right now. Yeah, bro. That right there. And they were saying the TA dude was saying that Joe, was rapping, but they ain't had no paperwork, so nobody don't want to hear nothing. We want to see paperwork. We not doing none of that. Finesse said, remember he had the paperwork situation a few years back, but that went quiet on that and facts. Now it's emerging. Facts. Yeah, they saying this Fat Joe stuff is yo, bro. What's gonna happen now? It's like they was banging at the door to get at Joe. As soon as he started that podcast with Jadakiss, man, people was banging at him. Then that TA thing went crazy. The lawsuit, all that, even though that's done got quiet, but it's quiet now. They probably just waiting to do whatever, going for deliberations and stuff like that. But it'll probably be resurfacing again, especially now. But yeah, Joe is looking mad wild right now. So now what's gonna happen with the show? Because a lot of urban people watch that show. And if you are considered that in our world, if you are considered a rat, nobody wants to deal with you, support you. But not only that, how Jada gonna be sitting next to a person if that paperwork is actual facts, man, Joe is speaking a lot. And they saying this to the government, bro. Like, wow. Lawman said maybe sounds like the feds let you get high just to tear you down. Lawman said, I think Jada will distance himself. He gonna have to. Joe might have to just stand down from that podcast because it's a good podcast. They doing good numbers and all that. Somebody else gonna have to come and step in, man. Damn, man. Yo, boy. All these tough guys, man, with these secret telling, man. Yo, man. Yeah, that's tough, boy. Big dog, big boss. They saying that they got paperwork out on Fat Joe telling about murders, talking about who was taking hits. It's on Harlem Legend page. He's the first one that I seen talk about it. So Fat Joe is under scrutiny now for being a rat for speaking to the government. They said to the feds. And homie showing the paperwork allegedly. Let me say allegedly. But the Harlem Legend cat showing the paperwork, talking about hits and murders and people names and everything. Even his boy name, Pistol Pete name is in there. That's crazy, bro. A lot of people be thinking that what they did back in the days was not gonna come to the light. A lot of these podcasters learn how to get the Freedom of Information Act for request paperwork, and now everybody that they see popping, they go and dig up stuff on them, and now they can go and dig up anything. If a rapper ever had a case before, they could pull their name up, put their real name in that system, and see if they had a case before, and then request their interrogation room, their video and audio, the body cams, the dash cams from the police, all of that. And now it's crazy. Damn. Lawman said, I guess it's what they deserve to tell on some people and walk around stiff with your head high, just living life knowing you turned someone else. You turned someone else's. You've ruined someone else's. Living life knowing you ruined someone else's. You need to be held accountable. Yeah, that's a fact. When you turn on somebody and send them to jail and all that, you ruining somebody else's life, and then you outside chilling and having fun and relaxing, doing trips and all that, and they in jail somewhere. And if you would have went and did your time for what you needed to do your time for, you would have went and did it, came back home, respected as a real person, start blowing up, getting your money. Now you could take trips. You ain't turn nobody in. Can't nobody say nothing, and now you can still stay doing what you've been doing. But you want to take the easy route out. You don't want to go to jail for what you did. Send somebody else to jail, and now you want to just live life knowing you got somebody else behind bars suffering for something that the police should have did their own work and found out about it and handled that. But now people want to get mad when people know that you are really a rat. So I'm not speaking about the ones until we know it's the truth. I'm speaking about the ones that we know really are rats. Get out and get mad and want to hurt people and step to people because somebody called them a rat, and knowing that they did do that and put somebody in jail, and then still think that they can hurt somebody because you are what you are. That's crazy. Who do y'all think y'all are, man? That's crazy. Like I said, where we come from, our bracket, you ain't coming around doing none of that. And that's when them gorillas was outside for real, for real. A lot of the gorillas ain't outside no more. They chilling. Changed their lives. They ain't with none of that no more. So a lot of these cats that is from our bracket coming back home and with that tag on them, they ain't got nothing to worry about because of that. And the younger cats now, they just got to worry about however they deal with it. And they not dealing with it because now ratting is the it thing to do. So that's just what that is. But it's crazy, man, what's going on out here right now, man. ATL is under siege, fire right now with commentary about this Young Thug stuff, man. And now it look like New York might be next. So I'm about to do my research on that, see what's going on with this Fat Joe stuff. I hope that ain't true. I like Fat Joe on them show. And him and Jada, man, they got something going good. So I hope that that's not what that is, man. Like, damn. For real. So yeah, if y'all new to the channel, man, subscribe for me. Please, everybody, hit that like button, man. I appreciate everybody coming to rock with me, man. I'll be back. I'm going to see what's up with this Joe stuff, man. See where y'all at. And y'all come back and hit me with some info if y'all got it, man. All my knowledgeable people, peace. Appreciate all the cash apps. Appreciate the love, support. We ain't finished. I'll be back. Your boy Big Boosie, man.